California has just established a new program. And the program is called Ebony Alerts. And the purpose of Ebony Alerts is to warn people about Black children, actually more than Black children, who have gone missing. Now, you might say, well, that's kind of a weird program. Why would they have Ebony Alerts when we already have Amber Alerts? Amber Alerts are designed to alert people to any child who has gone missing. Any child of any race, you get an alert on your phone. We've all gotten them. And then you look out and try to match the car or match the description, and a lot of children are found this way. California, though, has established Ebony Alerts to prioritize searches for missing Black children. So if a white child and a Black child go missing, in California, they're going to say, forget about the white child, the Black child. That's the one you got to find first. The Black child is much, much more important than the white child. But it's even crazier than that, because the Ebony Alerts don't only warn you of searches for missing children. It's also for young adults, not even all that young adults. So for an Amber Alert, the child has to be under 17. Usually. There are a few different variations of it, but it's basically for children who are under 17. For the Ebony Alert, it's to alert people to missing Black persons aged 12 to 25. So in California now, if a white 5-year-old goes missing and a Black 25-year-old doesn't show up, his parents don't know where he is, the Black 25-year-old, according to the premise of the Ebony Alert, will be prioritized over the white 5-year-old. Does that make a lot of sense to you? If a white child and a Black adult go missing, the Black adult gets law enforcement priority. Don't forget, I know it's a little confusing, Amber Alerts aren't only for white people. Amber Alerts are for everybody, but that wasn't good enough for the libs. They say, no, we need to make sure that we deprioritize white children who go missing. We need to make sure that we give special priority to Black children. Really, really ugly stuff. But there's nothing surprising about it. We live at a time when white people, and to a lesser degree Asian people, are discriminated against legally. In practice, they are discriminated against. There is de facto racial discrimination against whites, but there is also de jure discrimination against whites through affirmative action, which was just recently weakened by the Supreme Court. But then all the institutions that practice affirmative action just came out and said, oh, well, we'll keep doing it. We'll just hide it. We'll hide the racial discrimination in the personal statement or somewhere else. So that exists. And what's so ironic about it is that at the same time, we are told that there is de facto and even de jure discrimination against Black people. That's the premise of Black Lives Matter. That's the premise of all of this leftist activism, that innocent Black people are being hunted down. The LA Times published a couple days ago, Black people are fleeing America. That's obviously not true. 3 million Black people have immigrated into the United States over roughly the last 20 years. It's completely the opposite of the truth. But that's what we come to expect. When you hear a story from the establishment news media or from entertainment or from academia, you can be pretty confident that not only is what they are telling you not true, but the opposite is true. Just go check out the Ebony Alert laws. Right now, go to TommyJohn.com/Knowles. It's fall, which means cozy nights in with the family. And thanks to our friends at Tommy John, loungewear for a night in is the absolute best it could possibly be. It's got the perfect blend of comfort and breathability. Tommy John loungewear has a level of softness that you have never felt before. Their incredibly soft loungewear is designed to envelop you in a world of pure luxury. I don't want to get a little TMI here necessarily, but I'm just telling you, I've worn many boxer shorts over the course of my life. Tommy John, it's the best quality. It feels the best. It's just absolutely magnificent. Their loungewear is magnificent as well. You are so much more comfortable in Tommy John that you can do everything better. They've got dozens of comfort innovations, breathable, lightweight, moisture-wicking fabric, 4 times the stretch of competing brands that can keep you 7 degrees cooler than cotton. Every purchase is backed by Tommy John's best pair you'll ever wear or its free guarantee. Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Knowles. That's 20% off at TommyJohn.com/Knowles. See site for details. California going to hell in a handbasket. That's been happening for a long time. Even the former governor of California is admitting this now. The governor, Arnold, is saying that the new Democrat campaign line is that they want to F up every city in America. Here he is on Rob Lowe's podcast.
Okay, let me ask you this, and I ask people this all the time. David Dreyer, a good friend of ours.
Of ours, yeah.
Yes, and a good man. Served for many, many, many years. He used to have the greatest what makes me a Republican. And he had, I think, 4 or 5 things. I think it was, in no particular, strong military, low taxes, less government, more personal freedoms. There might have been a couple, but it makes sense to know.
Strong law enforcement.
Strong law enforcement. And then I'd like to know I always ask Democrats what it means to be a Democrat in that way. And I think whatever anybody would say.
Ruin your cities.
What would they say?
Ruin your cities.
What's that?
Ruin your cities.
Ruin your cities.
That's what the Democrats would say. We are about ruining the cities. We want to f up every city in America. That's what it seems to be the theme right now.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, but that's it. And he's totally right. That is the implicit campaign slogan of every Democrat. Hey, elect us, and we're going to completely F up your city. And everything is going to go to hell, and crime is going to go skyrocketing, and your kids are going to be indoctrinated and abused, and you're not going to trust the security of your property or anything else. We're going to F up your cities. That's true. And this is a fine attack. Republicans can use this, but it's not going to be the best attack, I think, on Democrats. And the reason for that is Republicans don't win in cities. We had one major city in the United States, Jacksonville, and we lost that, right? They have a Democrat mayor now. Republicans don't win in cities. We don't even really live in cities. I have lived in cities. I've lived in New York. I've lived in LA. I live in Nashville, which is a smaller city, but it's growing. I do. There are some, I'm not saying there are none, but that's not where we win. And a lot of Republicans who live in suburban and rural areas actually kind of get a kick out of it, I think, at some level when the cities go up to hell in a handbasket, because it confirms their beliefs about Democrat policies and about the nature of the cities. So I don't think that's going to be the best attack. It's a fine line. It's a fine observation. But I think the better attack is going to be on something like parental rights. I think that is probably the best line of attack that Republicans have right now. It's what got Glenn Youngkin elected in Virginia. It's what made Ron DeSantis. It's in part what made Ron DeSantis very popular in Florida. It works anywhere. It works in blue counties. It works in red counties. It works in the country. And it works in the cities. Boy, what a great clip that was. Now, hey. Ring that bell. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.